Hello friends, we meet again today for a chapter from 9th standard called as circle. Okay. So circle के जो दो properties है, two most important properties that we'll discuss first, and this same chapter is repeated in the 10th standard. 10th में भी ये chapter है, so you should know the basic properties. Okay. So once you have got used to the basic properties, 10th में वापस आसान हो जाएगा. So based on these two properties, मैंने एक problem लिया है. Rather, I'll be solving two sums based on this property and this property. तो पहले property क्या है वो discuss करेंगे. Okay? Basics you know. For any circle, you have a center, you have radius, you have chord. All those definitions you know. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अभी देखो यहाँ पे सर्कल ड्रॉ किया है, सेंटर ओ, कॉर्ड ए बी. ओके, सेंटर ओ एंड कॉर्ड ए बी. फर्स्ट प्रॉपर्टी सेज परपेंडिकुलर ड्रॉन फ्रॉम द सेंटर टू एनी कॉर्ड बाइसेक्ट्स दैट कॉर्ड. सेंटर में से परपेंडिकुलर ड्रॉ करो, ओ एम परपेंडिकुलर टू ए बी. It immediately cuts the chord into two parts. Two equal parts हो जाते हैं, AM equal to BM. लेकिन perpendicular होनी चाहिए. If this angle is not 90, if you draw a line like this, then you won't get two equal parts. Okay. So to get two equal parts, OM should be perpendicular to AB. Okay. So perpendicular drawn from the center to any chord bisects the chord. Two equal parts मिल जाते हैं, AM equal to BM, which we have shown here. Now because AM is equal to BM, what is the relation between AM and AB? Naturally, AM will be half of AB. Okay? AM equal to half of AB. For example, if AB was 10, अगर AB 10 है तो AM and BM कितने हो गए? 5 और 5. So 5 will be half of 10. Okay? And in certain cases, अभी ये लिखने के बाद AM is equal to half AB लिखने के बाद क्या होता है? If you cross multiply, in certain problems, as soon as you write, ठीक है, perpendicular draw की, then AM equal to BM, you write AM equal to half AB. ये लिखते हो. For certain proofs you also require cross multiply by 2. So AB will be equal to, if I write AB first, 2 into AM. Okay? Just cross multiply. So AB equal to 2AM, it means AM is equal to half AB. दोनों सेम ही है, but sometimes we use this, sometimes directly we get the answer by using this. Okay. For example, in the next sum, we have used this property. Bigger part will be equal to twice the smaller part. Okay. That is the first property. अभी यहाँ पे क्या लिखा है देखो. Conversely, if you take the converse of this theorem, AM equal to BM लिया, then OM will be perpendicular to AB. In certain problems, you might be given AM equal to BM, right? So if M is the midpoint of the chord, then the line joining the center to the midpoint is perpendicular to the chord. इसलिए इसको converse बोला है. Converse and just the reverse. So reverse में क्या होता है? You are given AM equal to BM, means you are given that M is the midpoint of AB. So OM has to be perpendicular to AB. That is called as converse. तो ज्यादा करके we will be using this. Perpendicular from the center to the chord, दो equal parts हो जाते हैं. I hope it is clear now. Second property I have written this side. At the center we have taken a problem. chords equidistant from the center are congruent to each other. I have shown two chords A, B and C, D. दोस्तों, what is the meaning of equidistant? Simple सी बात है. They are at equal distance from the center. Equidistant का meaning chords are at equal distances from the center means this distance equal to this distance. That is the meaning of equidistant. Both are at the same distance from the center. For example, if this is 5, this has to be 5. So when this distance equal to this distance, chords automatically are congruent to each other. Chord AB will be congruent to chord CD. Similarly, if this is 10, this is 10. Chord AB will be equal to chord CD. Okay? So, when chords are at the same distance from the center, center में से same distance अगर है दोनों chords का, दोनों chords congruent है. Chord AB congruent to chord CD. Clear? Okay. अभी इसका converse बोलो. Converse and we start from the reverse side, just the opposite side. Right now we have said if OM equal to ON, then chord AB congruent to chord CD. इसका उल्टा क्या हो जाएगा? If chord AB equal to chord CD, अगर chords equal दिए हमको एक circle के अंदर, they are at the same distance from the center. That means in that case, distance OM will be equal to distance ON. This is called as converse. Okay. So for both the theorems, if you remember only one part, उसका converse automatically ध्यान में रह जाता है. Okay. So these two properties are also used in certain problems in 10th standard. Right. But 10th standard there are few other properties like cyclic quadrilateral, tangent perpendicular to radius. वो बाद में 10th में सब properties. Get these properties पक्का first. Clear? Right. Now, I hope you have got a notebook and a pen with you right now. If not, जल्दी से लेके आओ. We'll solve two sums. One is written over here. ये discuss करेंगे. बाद में दूसरा लेंगे. Okay, what I suggest is first we'll discuss this. You sit down with a notebook and a pen. Discuss करने के बाद second problem solve करेंगे, which we'll solve together. And then you again watch the video and again discuss the properties. See, watching certain videos again and again, discussing the properties with your friends and writing down all the properties. This is what makes study interesting. If कुछ आया नहीं तो you can ask me. I am always there to help you. Okay, so let us see problem set. In the problem set, fourth sum. Okay, so fourth sum में क्या दिया देखो, circle with center C and diameter QT, CT equal to 13, CP equal to 5. Chord RS is also given in the diagram. They haven't mentioned, but they are shown in the diagram. There is a chord RS. C is the center of the circle. Radius CT is 13. CP equal to 5. Find the length of chord RS. बड़ा आसान सा प्रॉब्लम है. Find the length of chord RS. So in all these problems, ये full chapter में for 9th standard, basically all diagrams are similar, and in all diagrams mostly we have to use Pythagoras. In construction, you have to join the center to the end point of the chord. So क्या किया हम लोग ने, construction join CR join किया है. Join करने के बाद you get triangle CPR. In the diagram, they have mentioned the right angle over here. So naturally, this is also a right angle. So in short, triangle CPR becomes a right angle triangle, which they have given. दिया हुआ है right angle triangle. Right? So सिर्फ CR join करना है. सब अब तक जो हम लोग ने सब प्रॉब्लम्स दिए हैं, join something, use Pythagoras. Join something, use Pythagoras. Pythagoras cube because mostly the perpendicular distance is given to us. Okay. If not, sometimes you have to find the perpendicular distance. लेकिन हमेशा ये angle right angle ही है because distance is always perpendicular to the chord, whether this or this. Distance of the center from the chord or distance of the chord from the center, that distance has to be perpendicular to the chord. So you always get a right angle triangle. इसलिए 90% sums में we are using Pythagoras. Find the length of chord RS. Join CR. बड़ी आसान सी बात है, देखो CT equal to 13. So CR will also be equal to 13. Because CT and CR represent radii of the same circle. You must have got used to this property, radii of the same circle. बहुत बार use किया, it must have become your favorite property now. Radii of the same circle. So CT congruent to CR. So CR is also 30. Correct? CP equal to 5. Given. बड़ी आसान सी बात है दोस्तों, देखो अभी इन ट्रायंगल CPR, CP स्क्वायर प्लस PR स्क्वायर इक्वल टू CR स्क्वायर. पाइथागोरस CP स्क्वायर प्लस PR स्क्वायर इक्वल टू CR स्क्वायर. अभी पहले मैंने बोला था व्हाइल यूजिंग पाइथागोरस, अभी ट्रायंगल में देखो PR इज अननोन. जो अननोन है कीप इट ऑन द लेफ्ट हैंड साइड, कैलकुलेट करने के लिए आसान हो जाए. PR is not known, so I write CP squared plus PR squared on the left hand side equal to CR squared. CR is the hypotenuse. Just substitute the values. CP squared is 5, 5 squared, CR is 13, so you get 169 here, 25 here. 169 minus 25 gives you 144. So PR is equal to root of 144. So root of 144 is 12. So you get PR as 12, which I'll show now. Pythagoras 169 minus 25 किया, you got 144. Square root लिया, root of 144 is 12. Now when PR is 12, मैंने बोला था sometimes from the smaller chord you have to go to from the smaller segment you have to go to the bigger segment. So like this, AM is small, AB is bigger, so AB is equal to twice AM. Twice Q because M is the midpoint of AB. In the same way, PR is equal to 12. So chord RS will be 2 into PR. 2 into PR and 2 into 12, that is 24. Okay. Conversely, if this was 24, then PR would be half of 24, that is 12. दोनों का रीजन एक ही है. Perpendicular drawn from the center to the chord bisects it. So when you draw perpendicular from the center to the chord, P is the midpoint of the chord, so it bisects the chord. Because P is the midpoint and PR is 12, 12 into 2 करने का, because you want to go to the bigger chord. So RS is 12 into 2, that is 24. You want to go to the bigger segment. Reason is the same. Perpendicular drawn from the center to the chord bisects the chord. Okay. So this was one problem from the problem set where we have used this property 1. और भी प्रॉपर्टीज है, लेकिन 9th में जो इंपॉर्टेंट है, बेस प्रॉब्लम ज्यादा करके ये दो प्रॉपर्टी पे आते हैं. ओके, let us take one more sum from the problem set. Please bring your notebooks if you haven't got them. I will write the problem. Let us draw the diagram for this. This is problem 5. Next sum from the problem set. एक सर्कल दिया हुआ है, one diameter is given, two chords are given. This is the center. चलो फटफट डायग्राम निकालो. Draw a circle with center P. Right, given chords AB and CD intersect each other. Intersect each other on the diameter. This is the diameter. At point E, दोनों chords intersect करते हैं diameter के ऊपर point E में. Angle AEP congruent to angle DEP. D यहाँ पे दिया है, C यहाँ पे दिया है. These two angles are congruent. प्रूव क्या करना है? To prove chord AB congruent to chord CD. chord AB congruent to chord CD प्रूव करना है. Let us do one construction over here. From point P, from the center, let us show two distances to the chord. एक distance यहाँ पे ऐसा करो. और distance means I told you perpendicular has to be there. Distance is always perpendicular to the chord. You just can't draw any distance like this. यहां से भी एक डिस्टेंस परपेंडिकुलर निकालो. दोनों राइट एंगल है. लेट अस कॉल दिस एज PM एंड PN. तो अभी डिस्टेंस क्यों निकाला है कंस्ट्रक्शन में, दैट विल डिस्कस. आप भी थिंक करो. व्हाई हैव वी शोन द टू डिस्टेंसेस? ओके, वापस आओ प्रॉब्लम की तरफ. chords AB and CD intersect each other on the diameter, okay, in point E. P is the center of the circle. Diagram is given to you. P is the center of the circle, and these two angles are equal. कौन से angle AEP congruent to angle DEP. You have to show chord AB congruent to chord CD. तीन चार स्टेप में प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व होने वाले हैं. कैसे करोगे? थिंक. हमको क्या दिखाना है? PM congruent to PN. If we show PM congruent to PN, then what is the property? Property देखो. Chords equidistant from the center are congruent to each other. So PM congruent to PN का meaning क्या है? Distance of chord AB from the center is PN. Distance of chord CD from the center is PN. और दोनों इक्वल है अगर दिखाए तो. कैसे दिखाना वो देखेंगे. If we show both congruent, then naturally we can say chord AB congruent to chord CD. Why? Because chords equidistant from the center are congruent to each other. So equidistant दिखाना है हमको. Equidistant दिखाना है क्या करना है? This equal to this. ये दोनों equal दिखाना है. Now to show them equal, yes, आप बराबर थिंक कर रहे हो. You can show this triangle congruent to this triangle by hypotenuse side test. When these two triangles are congruent, PM congruent to PN, CSCT, और बाद में therefore chord AB congruent to chord CD. सिर्फ दिखाना है PM congruent to PN. Distance of the chords from the center are equal, इतना ही दिखाना है. इसीलिए one method is you can show these two triangles congruent. वो आप बाद में ट्राई कर सकते हो. I am going to discuss a different method, simpler method. I am going to say triangle. I am not going to look at the triangles. I will just say that angle AEP congruent to angle DEP. ये दो angles congruent दिए हुए. When these two angles are congruent, this becomes the angle bisector. Okay? P is the point on the angle bisector. This is the angle bisector of angle AED. Correct? So you can call EP as the angle bisector of angle AED because this angle equal to this angle. अभी याद आया प्रॉपर्टी एंगल बाइसेक्टर की प्रॉपर्टी क्या है? What is the property of angle bisector? Any point on the angle bisector is equidistant from the sides of the angle being bisected. If I take an angle like this, ये एंगल अगर लिया बाइसेक्टर है, suppose this is the bisector. Let us call this as PQ. PQ is the angle bisector. यहाँ पे if you take a point R, because PQ is the angle bisector, distance of this point from one side is equal to distance of this point from the other side. Any point on the angle bisector is equidistant from the sides of the angle. तो अभी एंगल ऐसा रहा और ऐसा भी रह सकता है. If you take a point here, both are equal. Any point on the angle bisector is equidistant from the sides of the angle. So, because EP is the angle bisector of angle AED, PM has to be equal to PN. दोनों distances same है. Okay? That we will write first. इतनी clear हुई बात? Okay? I have repeated the property two, 3 times. Okay. So let us write that property now. भी प्रॉपर्टी लिखने से पहले हम लोग क्या करेंगे? हम लोग ऐसे लिखेंगे Angle AEP congruent to angle DEP. If you want to watch now, you can just watch right later on. Angle AEP congruent to angle DEP given. Because these two angles are equal, EP is the angle bisector. EP is the angle bisector of angle AED. सिंपल सी बात है, इट्स बाय डेफिनेशन ये दो एंगल्स इक्वल है, सो ईपी बिकम्स एंगल बाइसेक्टर ऑफ एंगल एईडी. अभी एंगल बाइसेक्टर बोलने के बाद यू कैन जस्ट से देयरफॉर पीएम कॉन्ग्रुएंट टू पीएम. एंड वन इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग कंस्ट्रक्शन में लिखना है हमको, construction में we just have to mention draw PM perpendicular to AB, PN perpendicular to CD. That perpendicular word is important because it is the distance of the center from the chord. ये construction हो गया. So because EP is the angle bisector of angle AED, PM equal to PN. Reason? Any point on the angle bisector is equidistant from the sides of the angle. Purpose that word is there, equidistant. Equidistant from the sides of the angle. Clear? So these are the sides of the angle. देखो ये angle है AED. EP is the angle bisector. Therefore, any point on this, that is P, is equidistant and PM equal to PN. Absolutely clear? ठीक है. अभी लास्ट है PM equal to PN. I am going to discuss, but you are going to write it later on. So what happens when PM equal to PN? Now you go to the chords. Chord AB congruent to chord CD. When PM is equal to PN, chord AB has to be congruent to chord CD. Reason क्या बोलोगे? Chords equidistant from the center of the circle are congruent to each other. So chord AB and CD are equidistant from the center. ये prove किया है. Therefore, they have to be congruent to each other, right? So this is the method that we have used. That is the reason that construction में PM and PN perpendicular draw करना जरूरी है to show that point P is equidistant. Okay, PM equal to PN from the sides of the angle. Second method, as I told you, आप सोचो, try to show these two triangles congruent. Right angle triangles है, hypotenuse EP congruent to hypotenuse EP. देखो फिर बाद में क्या सोच सकते हो. और if hypotenuse side test is not possible, maybe you can try side angle angle test, side angle angle test. And when you show the two triangles congruent, PM equal to PN. PM equal to PN हो जाने के बाद chord AB congruent to chord CD. लेकिन triangles congruent में 3-4 स्टेप और लगेंगे, इसलिए मैंने angle bisector property यूज की. Clear? So fundas, these are the two basic fundas for 9th standard. ये property और ये property. वापस से वीडियो देखो, write these problems. We will meet again in a few days time with some other concept. Okay? So that will be all for today. Enjoy your practice. Okay, bye.